Hello, this is James Hodgkinson, and this is take two. Looks like I lost my other recording somehow, so I'm starting over here, but my presentation is on a recent article about Donald Trump and the Pope, and the idea behind it is materialism versus spirituality. There was a article regarding the Pope and his visit to Mexico, and Donald Trump's response to that. So, sometime in February, I believe it was right around the middle of February, the Pope took a trip to Mexico, and in the process of the 6-day trip, he was asked at some point about Donald Trump and some of the crazy things, or the, I guess, interesting things that Trump has said throughout the course of his presidency. Of course, Trump has mentioned various things about immigration, building a wall, all kinds of interesting things that Trump has to say. Even this week, I believe he made a comment that Mexico should foot the bill for $5 to $10 billion to build a wall if they'd still like to receive U.S. aid in the coming year. So obviously, Trump has not backed down from this. So the question or the reason I chose this article is I found it interesting. Why would Trump attack the Pope? Look at the guy on the right there. He looks like a happy guy. Looks like a nice guy. And obviously, most of Trump's supporters are from the Christian right, and so it's interesting that Donald would choose to pick this fight. I know some of the other Republican candidates at the time obviously did not attack the Pope, and even though the Pope had some pointed things to say about kind of all politicians in the United States. I'm not sure exactly what spawned it, but Trump stated basically that the Pope was a political pawn, playing, I guess, some sort of game. Doesn't seem very Pope-like, or maybe he doesn't understand the Pope really, but I don't believe the Pope to be a political pawn. But anyways, the Pope then came back, basically reacting to some of Trump's comments, just in general, and the ideas behind what Trump says and some of the things he says, and he basically ended the conversation with, and I quote, "I say only that this man is not Christian if he has said things like that." So that I don't know that Trump cares, but I'm pretty sure the Pope won that one. Now Trump's goals, obviously, in this. It seems like his goals have only ever been money, but now he has expanded to see he wants to be the president of the United States. Probably just wants to be famous, but in this case, he wants to be president, and maybe there's nobody more famous than that, so that might be right up Trump's alley. The Pope's goals are obviously quite different. Obviously, he is for loving and acceptance and love thy neighbor, and really is a good speaker on things relating to those that are down on their luck, and obviously he has a unique message when it comes to this kind of thing, and so his goals are almost completely the polar opposite from Trump's. And that leads me back into the materialism and spirituality, and kind of one of the central themes of the Marsden book, and the idea that we are both intensely spiritual and intensely materialistic, and obviously Trump would embody that materialism, and the Pope embodying that spirituality, and the voting base for Trump kind of getting caught in the middle, or being maybe playing both sides there, but it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense why spiritual and Christian right would vote for someone who attacks the Pope so directly, and on some level doesn't seem to understand his base. Yet at the same time, he continues to gain votes, although maybe less so lately. And specifically, his base does tend to be the Tea Party, the most far right wing of the Republican Party, and obviously very Christian, very white. Generally speaking, is going to be very accepting of the Pope. But in this case, even though again lately it seems like maybe his popularity is waning, at least for a big chunk of this campaign, he has been really winning over this particular base. And for the case from the book that I took from here is the U.S. versus Seagar, specifically the double sincerity test within. I know this isn't a direct one-to-one correlation between the two, but I just found the idea of this guy being sincere as pretty funny, and just generally speaking, kind of an interesting idea of even his Republican Party mates generally don't even believe he's a Republican. So how could this guy be sincere? And frankly, does it even matter if he attacks the Pope? And the odds are good that he won't be president, but it is an interesting thought experiment to think if he could pass any kind of sincerity test, much less the double sincerity test. And so that part 2 of my presentation is complete, or my second attempt. I made it longer than I did the first time. I think the first time I made it 5.5 minutes, so I'm a little over 6 minutes here. I will close out. I will thank you for your time and listening to this, and I appreciate everything you've done for me this semester, and thank you very much. Go Pope.